I lose my erection when putting on a condom. What can I do? Welcome back to my channel where I answer your questions and we talk about everything to do with having an amazing and wonderful sex life. And today's viewer question is about losing an erection when putting on a condom. So we all know that condoms are amazing. They protect you and your partner from sexually transmitted diseases, and they also protect you from unwanted pregnancies. However, some men can experience a bit of a challenge with staying hard during the process of putting the condom on and also later on during the intercourse with the said condom. And when it comes to keeping your erection with a condom, there are really two main things to look at, and one of them is your physical state, like physically what's happening to you and particularly to your lovely wand. And second of all, your mental/emotional state. When we're talking about the physical state, so are you actually being stimulated during the process of putting the condom on, or is there that pause? So you had an erection and then you started looking for a condom or started to trying to open the packet, etc. And there is no physical stimulation happening, to your penis, which then can cause a loss of erection. You might also be using the wrong condom size, which can be a problem. You might be using a condom that is too thick, and hence it is reducing the sensations during penetration. Maybe also you are on a certain medication that is actually making it harder for you to remain hard, particularly in a potentially tricky situation of dealing with a condom. And then there are also the mental/emotional blocks, like, are you experiencing any kind of anxiety about putting the condom on or about having the condom on, or maybe about the condom breaking during intercourse and then potentially, the pregnancy happening? Or are you maybe emotionally struggling with that physical barrier being placed between your penis and your partner's vagina? For some men, that alone, that barrier can be a source of discomfort, mental or emotional, and hence that can lead to a loss of erection. So what can you do to reduce any issues and to make sure that everything goes smoothly and the way you want it to go in bed with your partner? First of all, make sure that you have the right condom size. That might require a bit of shopping around and trying different condoms on yourself, doing a bit of, trial and error in order to find just the right match for your penis. Secondly, choose condoms that are fairly thin, because while thicker condoms can be actually very helpful to gentlemen who suffer from premature ejaculation or who want to be able to last longer, and hence they don't want too much stimulation, thinner condoms are really amazing for men who might struggle with losing an erection while putting the condom on or while penetrating the partner with the condom. I've also heard from different gentlemen that it can be very helpful to put a bit of lube inside the condom before you put it on. So while we all know to use a lubricant on the outside of the condom, it is also a very good idea to put some lube on the inside, because that will provide you with a bit more movement and action and stimulation happening inside of the condom so that you are feeling more when you are penetrating her. Another important tip is to keep the condoms nearby. Have them ready, have them handy, ideally within reach, so you don't have to get up, so you don't have to waste time looking for them or getting up to go and get them. If you have to do that, that in itself will be very anticlimactic, not just to your wand, but also to your partner. So while that does require a bit of thought and a bit of preparation, it is an important one. Make sure that your condoms are nearby and ready to go. If you specifically struggle with losing your erection during the process of putting the condom on, as opposed to later on during penetrating her with the condom on, make sure to keep the stimulation going while you're reaching for the condom, opening the packet, getting the condom ready, etc. So that can be happening either with your own hand, if you can manage to do everything with the other hand, or preferably you can ask your partner to stimulate you with her mouth or with her hands while you're staying busy with the condom. Once you have the condom out and ready to apply onto your sausage, make sure to hold your fingers around the base of your shaft in order to keep the blood in the penis, so that while you are unrolling the condom and putting it on, or while your partner is doing it, you're not risking losing an erection in that very moment. You can also make putting a condom on a part of your foreplay. This way you're actually going to make it more fun and more exciting, as opposed to this kind of completely separate thing that needs to happen. So here you're sexy, you're sexual, you're having fun together, and then suddenly you have to stop this and get into a completely different mode of thinking, more rational thinking, more organizational activity, etc. So you don't want that. You want the activity of putting the condom on to be actually a part of the foreplay. And so, like including the condom in your play, having it handy, and, even asking your partner to, put the condom on while being sexy and sensual while doing that. This can be very, very helpful for you. If, however, you're struggling to keep your erection while penetrating your partner with a condom, you can always remove the condom at some point. Obviously not when you're inside of her, but, pull out, remove the condom, and then give yourself some stimulation, or ask your partner to give you some stimulation with her hand or her mouth if she's willing, and then apply a new condom before going inside of her and before penetrating her again. So that requires you obviously to have more than one condom handy and ready. If your discomfort with condoms, or your anxiety with condoms is actually about pregnancies and about condom breaking, or as other kind of accidents happening, then use other forms of protection as well. Don't just rely on condoms. Make sure that there is another form of protection in use as well. And there are many different options, so make sure to find what really works for you. If you are on medication that makes getting or staying hard tricky, particularly with a condom or while putting a condom on, talk to your doctor. Explore other options, see if there is another way to keep you healthy, well, and happy with other kind of medication that doesn't impact on your erections. And finally, if your struggle or discomfort or anxiety is more of that mental / emotional nature, where you don't feel comfortable with that kind of physical barrier being between your genitals and your partner's genitals, then have some intimate moment together, discuss things, talk about this, tell her how you're feeling, ask for reassurance. Some men have told me that it almost feels like a rejection, that she's not wanting you to go inside of her without protection. And even though rationally you know that this is the right thing to do, your body can still struggle energetically, and hence that erection can go away because you feel rejected and not fully accepted by her body. So talk about it, communicate, allow her to fully embrace you with her love and with her compassion, so that you don't feel that rejection from her body anymore. And if you'd like to learn how to have better, stronger, more reliable erections every time, make sure to watch this video next.